Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel Academymaster, and today we are going to discuss the blueprints of science class 10 for the board exam 2021. First of all, we will be discussing the 5 mark, that is long questions, which it will be coming from which chapters. We are going to discuss that and what are the things you need to study here. Okay, so 5 mark questions chapters. The first chapter is periodic classifications of element, that is chapter number 5. Okay, so chapter number 5, it is one of the easiest chapter there, students, I should say, and from there you are getting 1 5 mark questions. Okay, so you should study properly. And what are the things you should study from here? Periodic classification of element. The first thing you should study, different scientists, they have given different ideas on periodic tables. So those ideas you have to study, their advantages and disadvantages, merits, demerits, you have to study those things. Next, you have to study trends in periodic table, variations. Okay, trends, variation in periodic table. That means how does atomic mass varies, how does atomic number varies, atomic mass varies, atomic radius. All these things you have to study from these chapters. Okay, and periodic table related laws. Okay, so these are the portions from where 5 mark questions can be asked. Periodic table related laws. Okay, and those laws, merits and demerits, you have to study. Okay, and in these chapters, periodic classification of elements, chapter number 5, in these chapters it will 1 5 mark questions will be asked, and that questions, it will be only one question. There will be no internal choice. You will not be given or, only one questions will be asked and you have to answer it. Okay, so study it thoroughly so that you don't miss it out. Okay, next 5 mark chapter is life process, chapter number 6. So chapter number 6, basically I will suggest all of you, it's not that only you should study this one, you can study other thing also, but according to my opinion, you should study basically from this chapter the diagrams. Okay, diagrams, different flowers diagrams, reproductive systems, and then nephron, all those things, human brain, all those things comes under this. So you should study it properly. The diagrams plus leveling of the diagrams, you should study properly. It can be asked for 5 marks. Here I have marked it a star. What does it mean? It means that from this chapter 5 mark questions you will be given, or choices will be there. 2 questions will be asked. Out of that you have to answer any one from life process, chapter number 6. Okay, next, how do organisms reproduce? Okay, chapter number 8. From here also you will be asked 2 questions and you have to answer any one of it. Okay, chapter number 8, that one also it will be coming for 5 marks. Next chapter is light, reflections and refractions. From here you will be asked 5 mark questions, and that 5 mark questions can be what? It can be a numericals, okay, or else ray diagram or mirror formulas. You have to practice it properly. Okay, and here you will be given choice. That means the 2 questions will be asked. You have to answer any one questions from chapter number 10, light chapters. Okay, so this chapter I will suggest all of you, when you are started till now, if you have not done anything also, it's okay, but from now at least you start studying. First you start with these chapters, finish up this chapter thoroughly, make sure that you don't miss these 5 mark questions. Study properly this chapter first, then you can go to other chapters. Okay, next is magnetic effect of electric current. So chapter number 13. Here also you can be asked, there will be either it will be DC motor, okay, or it will be AC generator. Out of these 2, one chances are there it may be asked, DC motor or AC generator. So very important, these 2 topics along with the diagram, constructions, working principle, everything you have to study properly. Okay, and here also you will be given internal choice. That means 2 questions will be asked. Out of that you have to answer any one, plus numericals. Okay, or these chapters it does not have numericals, so you practice this things you study properly: DC motors and AC generator or electric motor. Okay, electric motor and AC generator. These two topics study very well. Chances are there that it may be asked for 5 marks. So this is 5 mark sections. From total you are getting 5 marks. From 5 mark sections you will get total 5 questions will be there for 5 marks. So total marks you can score here in 5 mark section is 25 marks. Total 25 marks you can get it from these 5 mark sections. So dear students, study very well, because if you are missing even a single 5 mark questions, it will be a great loss to you. So better all of you start studying these chapters thoroughly. Whatever things are there, you study it properly. Okay, now we'll move on to the next 3 mark questions. Okay, okay dear students, now we are going to discuss 3 marks, 2 marks and 1 mark questions, okay, along with the MCQs, and from which chapter how many questions will be coming, that one we are going to discuss. Okay, so from chapter number 1, this is chapter number, this is name of the chapter, MCQ, 1 mark, 2 mark and 3 marks. Okay, so chapter number 1, chemical reactions and equations. So from here you will be getting 1 MCQ questions. 1 MCQ will be coming from here. So I will suggest all of you that you should study MCQs from these chapters properly. There will be no very short answer question. This is 1 mark, means very short answer questions. You will not get any 1 mark questions from here. Only MCQ 1 will be coming. 2 mark questions 1 will be coming from this chapters, chapter number 1, and 3 mark questions 1 will be coming from this chapter. Dear students, the first and the foremost important thing you should study is types of chemical reactions. Very important. Along with the theory and the reactions, you should study properly. Okay, combinations, reactions and all those things you have to study properly from here. Next important thing from here, which can be asked for 2 mark and 1 mark, is balancing of chemical equations. Very important from here, from chapter number 1. So from chapter number 1 you are getting 1 MCQ questions, 1 2 mark questions and 1 3 mark questions will be asked. Okay, next moving on, chapter number 2, the name of the chapter is acid, bases and salts. So from here, acid, bases and salts, you will not get any MCQ from here. Okay, 1 mark questions, very short question answer 1 will be coming from here, from this chapter. Very short answer questions 1 will be coming. Next thing, which is 2 mark question, will not be there from here. 3 mark questions 1 will be asked, and that one also you will be given a or questions will be there. Okay, means options will be given, 2 questions will be asked, you have to select any one. Getting my point? So again I repeat, chapter number 2, acid, bases and salts, you will be getting 1 very short answer questions for 1 mark and 1 3 mark questions you will be getting. So total it will be coming for 4 marks. Getting my point, dear students? Okay, moving on to the next chapter, chapter number 3, metals and non-metals. So metal and non-metals, you will get 1 MCQ. So you should study MCQ from this chapter. Okay, and you will be getting 1 very short answer question, that is 1 mark questions 1 will be asked from here. Okay, and another one is 1 3 mark question also will be asked from these chapters. Got it? So basically metals and non-metals you will be getting 5 marks. Okay, 1 MCQ, 1 very short answer questions and 1 3 mark questions will be asked, and that one also without options. Only 1 will be asked, you have to answer it. There will not be any choices. Okay, okay, now moving on to chapter number 4, carbon and its compound. So carbon and its compound, you will be getting 1 MCQ. So from this chapter number 4 you should study 1 MCQ. You should study MCQ from this chapter, because it is going to be asked, 1 will be coming. Then very short answer questions 1 will be asked, 1, okay, for 1 mark, and there will be no 2 mark questions from this chapter. 3 mark questions 1 will be there. Okay, so from chapter number 4 you will get 1 MCQ, 1 very short answer question for 1 mark. There will be no 2 mark questions. 3 mark questions 1 will be there from this chapter without any internal choices, means or will not be coming. Only 1 questions will be asked for 3 marks. So study properly this chapter also. Moving on to chapter number 5. Chapter number 5, There will be no 3-mark questions, no 2-mark questions, no 1-mark, that is very short question, will not come. Only one question that is 5-mark, it will be asked, and one MCQ will be asked from this chapter. Okay, so study properly this chapter, chapter number 5. Next, chapter number 6, life process. In life process, you will not get any MCQ from here, so don't study the MCQ from this chapter. 1-mark question also will not be asked. 2-mark question also will not be asked. 1 3-mark questions will be asked from this chapter. So study properly life process. 1 3-mark questions and 1 5-mark question is going to be asked from this chapter. Okay, so this is up to chapter number 5. Okay, you can pause the video and take it down. Coordinations from this chapter, you will get 1 MCQ questions, and there will be no 1-mark questions here, no 2-mark questions, 3-mark questions, 1 you will be getting from this chapter. Control and coordination, chapter 7, 1 MCQ and 1 3-mark questions will be asked from here. Next, how do organisms reproduce? So from here you will not get any MCQ, you will not get any 1-mark questions. Here you will be getting 1 2-mark questions and 1 5-mark questions. Okay, next, chapter 9, heredity and evolutions. From here you will get 1 MCQ question, so MCQ you must study from this chapter. Then 1-mark question also, 1 will be asked, very short question answer, 1 will be asked, and 1 3-mark questions will be asked from here. Okay, light and reflection and refractions. From here 1 MCQ will be coming, so you should study 1 MCQ also, and 1 3-mark questions will be coming. That one also, it will be optional. 2 questions will be asked. Out of that, 1 you have to answer for 3 marks. Getting my point? That's why I mark it star. Chapter 11, human eye and colorful world. MCQ you will get 1 from here. 2-mark questions 1 you will be getting, and 3-mark questions 1 you will be getting from here. 3-mark questions will be optional. 2 questions will be asked. Out of that, 1 you have to answer it. Okay. Next is electricity. Electricity you will get 1 MCQ questions from this chapter. 1 2-mark questions also you will be getting, and 1 3-mark questions also you will get from this chapter. Okay. So this chapter it becomes very important. Magnetic effect of electric current. 1 MCQ will be asked from here. 1 very short question answer will be asked, and 1 2-mark questions will be asked from here. There will be no 3-mark question from here. Okay, so total, if you see, you are getting 10 questions, 10 marks in MCQ. Very short question answer, there will be 5 marks. That means 5 questions will be asked for 5 marks. 2-mark questions, there it will be for 10 marks. That is 5 questions will be asked for 2 marks, and 3 marks, 10 questions will be asked for 30 marks. So 3-mark sections and 5-mark sections, dear students, I suggest all of you that you should study very well, because 3-mark sections it will come for 30 marks, 5-mark sections it will come for 25 marks. So total together it is 55 marks, and MCQ very important, 10 marks it will be coming. So you have to study very well, dear students. So you have to practice it very well. If you have any doubt, any clarifications you need, remaining chapter, that is chapter 14, 15 and 16, it is excluded, it is deleted, it is no more a part of your syllabus this for this year. Okay, so dear students, here we end the videos, and if you find that these videos are helpful to you, don't hesitate to share with your friends, and if till now if you have not subscribed the channel, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.